The COVID-19 emergency has hit working families hardest. That's why all across the country, community action agencies are open and here to ensure the well-being of every American family. For over 50 years, we've been delivering hope and opportunity. Now more than ever, working families need life-changing services, solutions, and stability. Contact your local community action agency today.
Hey, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Stop Inc. Live. We're so excited to be bringing to you a community partner spotlight who's been working with Stop Inc. And Atlantic Bay Mortgage. And we've got two guests I'm going to be bringing on in just a moment here. But I'm Carlos Clanton, Vice President of Organizational Development. And I am with Stop Incorporated, which is your local community action agency that's been in existence here since 1965, supporting our community. So look, I just want to jump right into this here. We are going to, partners are going to be with us. And if you have any questions as we're going through, feel free to put comments, or if you like something or you want to ask an additional question, you can place it right in the comment section wherever you're watching us. If you're watching us on Facebook, if you're watching us on YouTube, or even if you're tweeting and you're watching us on Twitter, you can tweet and send it in there and we'll all see it and we'll be able to respond to you. So look, I'm going to bring our guests with us. I'm not going to read any longer. Our first guest with us this afternoon is Mr. Ronnie Justice Jr. He is the Community Housing Advisor at Atlantic Bay Mortgage. What's going on, Ronnie?
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. How you doing? I'm glad to be here today.
Glad to see you. I know the last time I saw you, we were out on the golf course and
had a great
having
day.
a good time.
Great day out there. Definitely was a great day.
Great. Our next guest that's also going to be joining us from Atlantic Bay Mortgage as well is Miss Hannah McManus. How you doing, Hannah?
Hey, Carlos. Thanks so much for having us.
Glad to have you. And Hannah serves as the Director of Branded Products and Services for Atlantic Bay Mortgage. So we're all around. As you can see, I'm here at home. Hannah is on top of a mountain. And Ronnie, I think are you out on the beach, Ronnie?
No. I'm at the house right now currently.
He's at the house right now. So we're excited to have you all here to share a lot additional information, really to enlighten individuals in our community about Atlantic Bay Mortgage, what it does, about some of the programs, and we'll talk more about the partnership that we have going on here. I'm also going to share information that you can follow Atlantic Bay Mortgage, as well as that you can follow Stop Incorporated. So let's just jump right into this. So, tell us a little bit about Atlantic Bay Mortgage.
Yeah, so Atlantic Bay Mortgage Group, we're an independent mortgage banker. We are based in Virginia Beach, but we're licensed in 13 states and growing along the East Coast. And, we just have a different outlook than other lenders, where we really focus on the families more so than the files. And that understanding has really been key in the success of Atlantic Bay. We just celebrated our 25th anniversary. And I think a lot of it stems on the success of the company because of the core values that we have really, ingrained in every single employee. I always talk about our core values. I think if you meet anybody with Atlantic Bay, they're going to talk about our core values because they truly are who we are as a company and employees. a lot of, a lot of companies have those core values. They have, a plaque on the wall, and some employees might know them, some employees might not. And that's just not the case. At Atlantic Bay, we interview people with these core values. We look for people that have these core values, and the core values are really simple. We genuinely care. We're going to put our people first. We're going to put our families first, our communities first. We inspire growth. That's with our employees and with all of the families that we serve. And we have fun. Every single employee at Atlantic Bay genuinely loves what they do. They genuinely care about all of the families that they're serving. And so, without a shadow of a doubt, anyone you come in contact with at Atlantic Bay is going to do everything possible to make your dream of home ownership a reality.
Wow. So, you mentioned a little bit about the core values there. And I know that Atlantic Bay Mortgage is the company. But there's also, I guess you can say, AB Cares, which is also your nonprofit piece there. Could you talk a little bit more about that and what you do? Because I know you talked about your employees, because I think they're really involved in that process as well, right?
Yes. So Atlantic Bay has an AB Cares program. And so, like I mentioned, it's not about the mortgages for us. It's about the people. It's about the relationships. It's about the community. So the nice thing through our AB Cares program is we've been able to help over 250 organizations across our footprint and donate over $2 million through, different organizations, different needs. And I know Ronnie and I want to touch on a couple. I'll touch on Rock Solid first, and I'll let Ronnie touch on a couple others. But
so, can you elaborate a little bit more? What is Atlantic Bay's footprint? So, I know you're here in Virginia. So, what does that look like?
Yep. So we are basically, think East Coast. So Maryland down to Florida. And then we've got Georgia, Kentucky, Tennessee, West Virginia, and then we're expanding into the Northeast as we speak.
Wow. Great. So, when you talk about that 25 years, so you've been around 25 years. And if I'm not mistaken, I think the store is pretty local to Virginia Beach, right? In this area, as to how the company got started.
Yeah. So our CEO, Brian Holland, started the company. He still owns the company today. And, he started this company. I think he started as a broker, maybe. But he started it roots on the ground, going after these community lenders with the dream of, we're going to serve the community. We're going to serve our families. And this is where we are.
Wow. So, Ronnie, I know that we've had the opportunity to chat. And if anybody doesn't know Ronnie, you'll get to know him quite a bit. He's got a lot of energy, great personality. And I know we're talking about the company. You've talked about those core values. Ronnie, could you elaborate a little bit more about how you became a part of the AB community and family?
Man, honestly, I was bored with life, to be honest with you. I've owned a cleaning business for the last 11 years. And, outside of, getting paid monthly, it was not much gratification there. You know what I mean? I took care of the few employees that I have, and they're able to get paid or what have you, and I make sure they're good. But I wasn't actually giving back or doing anything more with my time, because I know I was capable of more and I wanted to do more. So being that, my brother's been trying to get me into the real estate world for a while. He's currently a realtor. But when he presented it to me, I did my research and I found what best suits me in my situation and what I knew I wanted to do out here in the world. So the banker side was made more sense because our demographic isn't what I want to say, as privy to a lot of information, and nobody tends to want to come back and give it to us the way that we need to hear it. And I'm from the demographic that I so purposely serve. So I knew that I could be that bridge, you know what I mean? Because I took a chance on myself. I learned mortgages sitting at my dining room table during COVID, you know what I mean? And
Mhm.
I came out and like what Hannah hit on, the core values. They found me, you know what I mean? I sold them me because I didn't know one thing about mortgages. I got an offer from the top 3 companies in the area, but Atlantic Bay, the one that just made sense naturally because of what I knew I already wanted to do. I wanted to more so educate what I'll be doing for the Stop Inc. More so educate the demographic because I know money would come. I can make money one way or another, but I wanted a way to be able to give back, and this way enables me to do that. Whether it's helping someone find a home or the financial education part. So, like I said, it was a natural fit for
Mhm.
me in Atlantic Bay, and then we just led in right into our affordable housing program with the demographic that I was already touching, and then they opened up a whole lane for myself that they were working on, but it just kind of coincided with already what I wanted to do. So it's just a natural fit, man. And
Yeah.
I haven't worked a day since I started at Atlantic Bay.
And I can share that. That's the same thing with me in community action.
Hmm.
I started in banking myself with
Hmm.
another bank. I won't mention their name, but it got me my footing in the corporate space. But I've been in
Right.
the nonprofit space because when you're connected to mission, it doesn't seem like
Yes.
work. And you
Exactly.
and I've many of our conversations, I know that resonates. But look, let's talk about some of these great programs that you have. I know you've talked about the mission, we've talked about the company, but what are some of the programs and some of the things I guess that we're connecting here with Stop to be able to offer the members of our community to support them? So I know that there is Atlantic Bay Smart Path program.
Mhm.
So let's talk about that one.
Yeah, Ronnie, you want me to talk about it? Or
Yeah,
I'll
it doesn't
start?
matter. Yeah, you can start, then I can wrap up from you.
Okay, so the Smart Path program, we didn't know we were building a program around Ronnie until we met Ronnie, and we were like, "Oh my gosh, this is what
Right.
we're doing." But Smart Path came about, it just kind of it came from all of us looking at each other, saying, "You know what? Home ownership should be a dream within reach for everybody.
Everyone.
Um, it
Mhm.
shouldn't be a no; it should be a okay, not right now." And, we were kind of going through this, and, we're not taught mortgages in high school. We're not taught money management. We're not taught credit. We're not taught any of this. And so if you don't have parents or you don't have somebody who's going to come in here and explain this to you, what are you going to do? You don't have a resource. And, unfortunately, that's just the case for a lot of people, me included. And so what we did is we said, you know what? We're going to create this designated Smart Path team. And they are solely committed on going out into the communities, working with different families, working with different advocacy groups, working with organizations like Stop, working with anybody who will work with us to get the available resources and tools out to these people in the communities so that we can inspire that hope for these families who one day want to own a home. Owning a home is possible for everybody. It might take some time, it might take some work, but it is possible. And we want to be that hope dealer that can come in and walk alongside of you and provide that education, that support, that encouragement, that coaching to get you to the goal of homeownership where you want to be.
And I love when I hear that it's not a no, it's just not right now.
Mm-hmm.
And you
Hey,
talked about that inspect, and so Ronnie, I'm quite sure that you will pick up on the respective. So what is that walking along, helping someone that hey, this isn't the time for you right now, and your dream of owning a home, it can be possible, but what can you do to help them?
right, and to hit on what Hannah said, that's one of my lines to majority of all my customers. Delay is not denial. You know what I mean? because just because it's not happening for you right now doesn't mean it isn't going to happen, because everybody's journey is different. You know what I mean? And some people take more hand holding. I get more gratification from the people that we have to work a lot harder with when we get them to the other side of whatever their situation was to get them in the home, versus someone who comes to me with a 700 720 credit score and 30,000 in the bank and ready to go. Yeah, that's a good groom client, but like I said, I get more gratification from someone that had to build up to that point. So again, the handheld part would come in. If you needed financial guidance, direction with that avenue, then we're able to help with that. If you need credit help, if you just need anything pertaining to obtaining a mortgage, basically your situation will be helped through the Smart Path program. So I mean, some people are credit, some people are needing to learn how to save. We'll also be teaching during our classes budgeting and everything like that to show people it is possible. Just because you can't save $1,000 a month doesn't mean home ownership is out of your reach.
Definitely. So, what does your community engagement and education look like with a borrower?
Oh man, I mean, for one, with the Stop Incorporated, for us to even be doing our speaking series for the month of June, I mean, and then even after that, I will still continue to be able to be reached by anyone coming through Stop, and I'll also do regular classes. We also work with the Boys and Girls Club. We do community outreach with them. We do financial classes with them. We teach entrepreneurship with them. We also help with their Youth of the Year program to inspire, empower the youth of tomorrow to go out here to be better people and want to do more. And when they're getting that early, they kind of turn into better, what I want to say, groom creditors or whatnot, whether they're getting it from me or Visa or whomever. Basically, they'll be groomed for the financial world. Um, so saying that to say our community outreach is just that we want to have go out here with the intent to empower, educate, show people the way, versus somebody just like posting on the wall or their website, hey, go here, read this link. We'll give you the answer. No, I want to be hand, foot on the ground in these people's faces, giving them what they need. Because, like I said, I come from it. Honestly, I probably would have been a lot further if someone came to me directly a lot earlier versus saying, go here, read this information, because it would have resonated a lot more and I would have retained a lot more by somebody who took the initiative and meant it when they came, because a lot of people have motives when they come out here to try to do certain things. My only motives is for the people to become better.
Definitely. Now, Ronnie, I know you made mention of upcoming sessions. So, you want to talk a little bit more about what people can expect in the upcoming webinars that we're going to be doing in this month of June?
Right. I'm definitely excited about the talking sessions that we have with you guys. So the first one is kind of obvious, credit 101, because we wanted to start there to give a foundation of where you would need to start in your personal situation to help build yourself up. Now I'll be going over the basics. Like I said, it is credit 101. So we will be doing, a generic education or whatnot of a broad scope of everything that will apply to each individual, but it also be able to be enhanced off of if they want to reach out for a more, particular, groom situation for themselves.
Hmm.
Also on June 13th, the Mythbusters. So, like I said, our community, the one that I know I come from, even Hannah, because it's not always just black people who are
No.
disenfranchised in the housing community. You know what I mean? I want to make that clear as well. Because the smart path is to encompass everybody. Even though I'm black, I reach out to black communities where I probably feel more comfortable at, but it is for everyone that is disenfranchised, because just because, like she said, even in her school, maybe wherever Hannah's from, they didn't teach that, and they definitely didn't teach it in our school. So it's a lot of people who need the information. But June 13th is for Mythbusters. Um, it's a lot of misinformation that is had out here that'll keep people fearful of going
Hmm.
out here. Hey, you have to have 20% down to buy a home. Most people, I didn't have 20% when I bought my home. You know what I mean? So I'm saying that to say it's a lot of misinformation out there that'll keep people from being that confident home buyer that they can be if they were guided the right way. So that's where June 13th class will come into play. Now, the 20th, what's right for me? So I plan on giving a budget form to everyone that registers. So by that third class, they will have it filled out. We will have some type of scope of what we need to know a little bit about them. Not saying I'm gonna help every individual during the class, but we will have a broad scope of what a budget looks like moving forward to even buying a home, but the more so thing of sustaining that home. Because a
Yeah.
lot of people get into homes and it's great. Hey, we didn't got the keys, we got the home, but then 5 years down the line, you didn't have a good game plan set up, and then you're looking at foreclosure or anything like that, and that's not what we want. You know what I mean? And then how much can I afford? That's when we'll break down finances, we'll talk interest rates and a few other things to let you know where you stand as far as how much home you can afford, let you know what your debt to income will look like, you know what I mean? Versus, how much you get paid versus how much you're paying out monthly to let you know like where you stand in your comfortable number. Because one thing I will not do, any customer that come to me, I'll refuse to allow them to be house broke.
Got it.
Because a lot of people, if I tell you approved for 500,000, you think, hey, I need to go buy this $500,000 house. Now you can't even pay the minimum balance on your credit card. You ain't been to the movie theaters in a month. Your kid ain't been to karate practice in over 3 weeks because you can't afford to pay the people to send them. You see what I'm saying? And that's what it is. They think just because they approve for it, that's what I need to do. And no, that's where that how much can I afford to come in? Because one thing about me, people, I'll tell you, I'm definitely transparent. And if you open your situation up to me, I'm going to highlight everything that you need to know about it because you can't obtain any goals without hearing all the truths. You know what I mean? So if somebody's going to shun you from those, that's not somebody you need to work with at the end of the day because this class is for everyone, whether you plan on doing business with me or not. My goal is to educate everyone possible.
Great, great. That's been some great information, great, I guess we say nuggets, putting it out there. And
Right,
we
right.
hope that everybody will take advantage. We're going to be promoting the information every Monday. Every Monday in
Every
the month of
Monday.
June, you'll be able to participate in these sessions. The first one's coming up this coming Monday.
Right.
We'll be promoting information out as early as tomorrow. You'll be able to click the link, register, and you can do it from the comfort of your home, right? We're doing them all
Exactly.
virtual.
Comfort of your home. You can be on the phone. You could be at the kids' practice listening to me. I'm just here to provide the information that I know you will need to move further because for our demographic that I represent, this is the way we close the wealth gap. We need this. And then the structure that a home provides for everyone that comes behind you, talking your lineage, you have to start it from somewhere. Now, I'm planning on anybody in this class, somebody's going to break the cycle in their home. You know what I mean? In their family. I can guarantee that or whatnot. After our sessions are over with in June, somebody's going to break the cycle. And I want to be a part of that. Whether you did the loan with me or got educated and asked me questions, let's break some cycles after June, okay? But like I said, this is needed for our communities. It builds a strong foundation. More jobs will come in. You'll be able to obtain more. Home ownership does a lot more than just having a roof over your head. And one thing right now in our economy with the inflation, it's the only thing that won't go up. Your mortgage does not increase. Your rent will increase, but your mortgage will not, no matter what the inflation does. Once you're locked in, you good. You know you have this bill for 30 years and it doesn't move on you. There's security in that. You know what I mean? So, like I said, I'm excited for all the information to come in the classes and everything that we'll be able to do for the people. Somebody gonna win off of this. I can guarantee it.
That's great.
Somebody's gonna win.
So definitely with that, a lot of information has been shared there. I'd like to give you an opportunity for any final thoughts for anybody. So I'll start with you, Hannah.
I mean, if y'all can't hear Ronnie's passion, you're missing out. I I think it all just rolls back into who Atlantic Bay is, who we hire,
Mhm.
who, those core values are real. What we say, what we talk about, it's real. It's not a catchphrase. And I think you can hear it through Ronnie. I highly encourage you to attend those classes, even if homeownership isn't a goal that you're looking for this year, next year. I think it's still a wealth of education around budgeting, around money management. Ronnie talked about, I grew up in Northern Virginia, but, if you don't have someone to, dive into you and champion
share
you
that
and teach
information.
you. You know, you're not gonna break the cycle, like Ronnie said. And so I think if you're just looking for tidbits, if you're looking for a trusted advisor, if you're looking for just somebody to talk to, Ronnie is a great guy. You could talk to him all day. I could. But anyway, I really do appreciate this partnership. I love what Ronnie's doing. I love what Atlantic Bay is doing. And I really do hope that, you know, everybody listening and everybody that joins those calls can, you know, obtain that dream of home ownership within, you know, the next 5 years.
Right.
How about you, Ronnie? Any final thoughts?
I mean, I'm blessed, so I'm trying to be a blessing for the rest. You know what I mean? Because I took a chance on myself to go out here to learn something that I've never done, to come back and instill it into the communities that I'm from. So I advise everyone to take advantage of the situation that we have here with Stop Organization, with myself, with Hannah, and the rest of the Smart Path team, and the rest of Carlos's team as well, because they're providing a platform for somebody like myself that I know I would resonate with everyone that would be on the call. It's just up to you to receive the information, because I'm gonna be here for you throughout the classes. Even after the classes, you'll have access to me.
Great.
So, like I said, let's break some daggone cycles and win a little bit, accomplish some goals together. Like I promise you, I love accomplishing goals. And when you become my customer, your goals become mine. So trust me, I'll hold you accountable just like you will for me to do the job that I'm supposed to do for you. I'm gonna need you to do your part as well so we can attain these goals together.
Appreciate it. Look, Ronnie, Hannah, I appreciate you all taking some time out to be spotlighted about this wonderful partnership that
Right.
we're really embarking on, and the number of individuals. I mean, like you said, Ronnie, we're going to break some cycles, and that's
Yes.
really what community action is about.
Yes.
That's empowering individuals so that they
Mm-hmm.
can be better for themselves and those around them. So the information that they can learn from your workshops, they can share with others. We'll continuously
Yes.
do more. I'm going to bring this up here just to remind individuals that we have those workshops that are coming every Monday, June 6th, 13th, the 20th, and the 27th. And then beginning on June the 6th, Credit 101, June the 13th, Mythbusters. You know, what's really needed in home buying process. And on the 20th, what's right for me? Understanding, you know, is it time to kind of wait a little bit? Are you ready to move in there? And definitely June 27th, how much can you afford? And I think Ronnie listed that out there. Just because you got $500,000 doesn't mean that you need to be house poor. And
Yes.
so
You
we
definitely don't.
definitely. So look for this information. We're going to drop it in the links here, but you'll also can find it on our social media with Stop Inc. That'll all be listed out there tomorrow. And we look forward to seeing you at our first one on Monday, June 6th at 6:30. Again, thank you, Hannah and Ronnie, and everyone else. Thank you all and have a great day.
Thank you, Carlos.
Thank you. Thank you, Carlos. I appreciate you. Have a great day, Hannah.
See ya.
All right.